The Nets are garbage. They might be one of the worst teams in the league. I'm changing my team. I'm now an Orlando Magic fan.
He also asked, "Why is everyone hating on Kyrie?" And
Come on, David. Come on,
that's the
David.
one question you're gonna set him off with. He is one of the people also hating on Kyrie.
David, the reason why I'm a Magic fan now is because of Kyrie. I have gone on record numerous times, Dave, and I've said Kyrie might be one of the most. He might be the best ball handler that has ever played in the NBA, easily. One of the most talented guys ever, and it's scary how good Kyrie is just on minimal effort. He doesn't do anything throughout the entire season. Imagine if he actually worked hard and wasn't a pain in the ass. What he would do for the guy would have been a multiple MVP. He would have won championships on his own, and so far he hasn't done that because he's too busy being a pain in the ass and trying to get every coach fired. That's why I'm hating on Kyrie, Dave.
He does say the Magic are talented, though.
Yes, Dave. There's room for us. If you want to come be a Magic fan with me, you can. I appreciate, honestly, I appreciate the hell out of Dave though for listening.
Yes, we definitely appreciate
Yeah,
that.
thank you, Dave, very
that's
much.
Big.
You know how hard it is to be a Nets fan, though? You know how many shitty seasons I sat through of watching just loss after loss after loss, and then finally I waited an entire year for KD to get healthy, and then this super team was going to form, and this was it. Championship. It couldn't have been farther from what happened.
And Dave responded with, "I understand that Kyrie has issues, but the Nets roster was not very good."
No, I totally get that, Dave. But my point was the reason why the Nets roster wasn't very good is because they spent so much money on picking up Kyrie. They spent so much money on picking up KD. They invested a lot of money in getting James Harden when it all. So the reason why their roster wasn't good because they couldn't afford anybody else. So you had to build a team off of guys who were getting minimum contracts and guys who were past their prime and things like that. But when you have a guy who is supposed to be like 50% of your offense not playing because he doesn't want to get vaccinated, who's going to step up? I mean, Patty Mills did the best he could. Who do you think is going to step up? Nobody.
Right.
So that's my whole problem with Kyrie is that he left his team out to dry.
One of the best guys that did step up isn't even on the team anymore.
What are you talking about?
Bruce Brown.
Oh yeah, Bruce Brown too. Like guys like Bruce Brown did all he could. Like Jared Allen was playing well a couple of years ago. Like these guys were doing the best they could, but there's only so much because Kyrie was supposed to and KD were supposed to be the guys who probably took 80% of the shots, and that was okay because that was what was expected. So getting a DeAndre Jordan when this first shit happened and LaMarcus Aldridge was completely fine at the time. However,
Yep.
obviously that didn't work out.
True.
So I'm sticking up for the Nets. For all this, the Nets fans are going to have a voice, damn it.
And we'll finish with this. David says, "Come on, man, that is not Kyrie's fault. Kyrie and KD played well in the playoffs, but they did not have any help."
Yeah, they may have played well, but the fact is they weren't on the floor enough together to build a chemistry with each other. The big three, when Harden was there, they weren't playing together. There was no cohesiveness. Turnovers were a theme constantly. The Nets, if I had to hear about the Nets turnovers, I would have, it's fucking absolutely crazy. Turnovers are a problem. You heard that all the time. So they just didn't have that chemistry, and a lot of that is because Kyrie wasn't around and KD was hurt for a lot of the time. So that's where that comes in.
David says, "Sounds like a coaching is a factor also." It is.
Oh, absolutely, 110%.
A short answer, it is. Steve Nash is not getting off scot-free with everything. There definitely could have been a better option at coach.
I mean, he's in Boston right now. And the other good option is the assistant on the Warriors, who turned out a coaching job to be the Hornets coach. talking about Kenny Atkinson.